I'm Georgia Lindemann and welcome to Friday 5 at 5. Risks to local residents from the Gospers Mountain and 3 Mile fires have been escalating this week, and not just from fire. The smoke haze that has blanketed the coast for the past 3 weeks has deteriorated in recent days and is now raising greater concern with health authorities. As temperatures rose into the mid-30s on Thursday, the New South Wales RFS continued backburning around the Gospers Mountain fire, now burning over 231,000 hectares, while on Wednesday, the 3 Mile fire, currently on a watch and act level, threatened homes in Wiseman's Ferry to the southwest. Compounding the threat of bushfires, a series of overnight temperature inversions have continued to trap smoke and ash in the Brisbane Waters Basin and across the broader Central Coast. New South Wales Health has warned that children, older adults and people with heart and lung conditions are most susceptible to the effects of the smoke. All of this comes as summer is only now just beginning. More dry weather and higher temperatures are expected over coming weeks.
We're particularly looking at the fine particles that come from bushfires, and any combustion process produces both larger particles and fine particles, but the fine particles are the ones that we can actually breathe into the lungs. They're really small. We talk about them as 2.5 microns. So if you think about the hair on your hair, your hair is about maybe 30 microns. A thick hair might be 70 microns. These particles are 2.5 microns, so they're really small. We can breathe them in, and some of them will be breathed out as well. But some of them will make their ways down our airways to the actual little air sacs at the end of our airways. That's where normally the air we breathe, the oxygen gets across into the bloodstream. But when we have these really small particles, they can actually impact on those membranes, and so you can get some of the chemicals from those particles actually getting into our bodies as well.
The Little Tern colony at North Entrance Kurragi Reserve has suffered a devastating blow after several nests and eggs were destroyed by vandals over the weekend. A witness said a man and 2 boys were harassing the nesting birds, chasing newly hatched chicks and destroying nests and eggs. In an effort to preserve the endangered colony, the council has fenced off a section of the reserve and posted large signs to prevent human interference. It's unclear at this stage how severely the colony has been impacted, and Australian Seabird Rescue Central Coast has already recovered 1 abandoned chick.
I just seen, 2 young kids and an adult kind of going through the tern colony and, just harassing them really, just chucking eggs and kind of trying to corral chicks and stuff like that, and critical endangered species, and wasn't good to see, and just kind of yelled at them at the other side of the channel, and they finally got away, but it wasn't really good to witness.
Rock fishers are now legally required to wear life jackets in high-risk locations on the Central Coast or risk a $100 on-the-spot fine. State Minister for Local Government Shelley Hancock said the Central Coast had been officially declared a high-risk area under the Rock Fishing Safety Act. Maps of locations covered by the new laws show that they will apply to almost all the Central Coast ocean shorelines. A moratorium on the issue of fines will apply until July 1st, 2020 to allow rock fishers to be made aware of the new rule.
Some rocks are nice and safe to fish, others aren't, but you need to understand about the risks and the hazards well before you enter into the game of rock fishing on the coast.
Is that happening? Because the Central Coast is one of only, a dozen or so jurisdictions where this is coming in. Do you feel that that educational process for the rock fishers is being performed at the moment?
The $30,000 one-off grant to assist with signage and education awareness is a pitiful amount that the New South Wales government has stumped up in the water safety grant. And councils have been suckered into the process of following suit. Councils need to understand, and councillors need to understand, actually what goes on and the complexities around rock fishing safety, around water safety and around life jackets, because not many people in our councils actually have thought about asking the right questions, but just following suit.
The future of the historic Entrance Boathouse is uncertain. The new owners have questioned whether they'll be able to operate boat hire and repair services given the extent of the silting at the entrance. For years, other businesses at the entrance have also raised concern about a damage in tourism and retail business in the area as a result of the silting. One even suggesting the name be changed from the entrance to the exit. The matter has been tabled for discussion on Monday night's council meeting as part of the ongoing saga of water quality, bad odours and dredging in Tuggerah Lakes. Mayor Lisa Matthews visited the boathouse owners on Wednesday afternoon while our camera crew was visiting the boathouse, but she politely declined to comment.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. No, when I was a young, kid, that was just really deep, yeah, all the way right through there. There was no sand at all, so it's just still dried up, yeah.
Out on the velodrome at Adcock Park, speeding along under the radar, is one of the coast's most promising sportswomen. Her name is Lilia Tatarinov, and at 13 years of age, she is already a national champion in her field of track cycling. In April, Lilia became Australian champion for the 500-metre time trial, sprint and criterion, and in November she faced up to the best racing cyclists in her age group from around the country in round 1 of the National Junior Track Series in Brisbane. Out of 11 races, she came 7th in one, 2nd in another, and won the other 9 to be leading the series going into round 2 in Sydney this weekend. Lisero Ourimbah Magpies have taken out the first piece of silverware of the 2019-20 season with a 5-wicket win over Warnervale in the one-day final played at Erina Oval on Sunday. Warnervale posted a defensible 167 runs and at one stage had Lisero Ourimbah struggling at 4 for 76 before the Magpies skipper and teammate Ben Sunshine took matters into their own hands. Lindsay, who was named Greg Smith medalist, made 70 runs off 98 balls with 9 boundaries, while Sunshine brought up his half-century with a 4 to win the match. Mad Cow Theatre Company turns 23 years this year and has trained over 10,000 local children in drama and performance over that time. We spoke with Mad Cow Theatre Company founder Ian Maguire about the journey of this remarkable local institution and their plans for the future.
It is I, Banquo! How could you be here? I killed you!
Who are you yelling at?
He's right there in front of you. Can you not see him?
There's no one there.
You are guilty! Yes! I killed you!
It actually started by me going and being asked to teach for another facility, and I walked in and immediately didn't like what it looked like. So thought, I'm going to do this a lot better.
So why Mad Cow? I've always wanted to ask that, as so many other people have. Why Mad Cow?
I simply thought the name was hilarious. Then it comes down to that. Yeah, that was the basic.
Well, at the time, I recall there was mad cow disease in England. Anything to do with that?
Yes, it was the joke of the 2 cows standing at the top of the hill, and one cow said, "Don't go down there, you'll get mad cow disease." And the other cow looked and said, "Don't be ridiculous, I can't get mad cow disease, I'm a squirrel."
Oh, good Lord, this is going to be a great interview. Tell us a little bit about your journey for Mad Cow. It's over 20 years.
23 years, yeah. So now I'm in the 23rd year. It probably started off about myself, about what I needed and what I wanted to put out there, and there was ego attached to it. And certainly after 23 years of dealing with over 10,000 children we've had through our doors, I've found out it's not about me at all. Well, it is a bit, but very little. It's about supporting and supplying, and it's just become an absolute honour to be in the situation I'm in, to be dealing with young people and helping, hopefully, desiring to be a positive input into their lives and giving them some direction.
Well, that's all for this week. Thanks for joining us. You can access all our past videos at our website, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for instant updates. We'll see you next week for Friday's 5 at 5.